Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here's our video on slope day 6. Our I can statement is I can determine slope from a table, TEAC 8.4c. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be learning about what the word slope actually is and what it means. Okay. In summary, slope is steepness. So why are you learning this? Learning about this so that you can learn about how things with slope or steepness affect our day-to-day life. If you look over here on the left, you'll see a caution warning sign for large trucks because they need to know the steepness of a hill before they go down it so that they know to slow down or else they'll lose control on the hill. Skateboarders want to know about slope so they know how much hang time or air time they can get. See how they should adjust their bodies. If you've ever skated, you know what I'm talking about. Slope also matters in things like a roller coaster. Some of the world's greatest roller coasters have the greatest steepness. The same thrill seekers might find slope or steepness in a mountain skiing, or just generic skiing, any type of skiing. Okay. Or if you're a big car person, truck person like Mr. Heisen, if you ever see guys with real offloaded, like big tires and off-road Jeeps and trucks, slope matters to them because that's how much fun they're going to have. And it's going to tell them if their vehicle can make it. Okay. And there are little terms like breakover and your clearance. And there's just so many little things that matter when you build a truck or Jeep. And then, of course, just generally measuring something like this mountain over here. As you can see by the red examples, slope can be negative in any direction. And as you can see by the green examples, slope can be positive in any direction. Mathematically, the easiest way to find slope is to do the change in y over the change in x. All right, keep that in mind. That's all the slope is. It's steepness. It can be positive or negative. It's the change in y over the change in x. Now, this next slide will show you all the ways that you'll see slope. It might look like an equation up here, these top three, or a formula. It might look like an equation or formula. It could look like a table. It could look like a word problem. It could look like a graph. Okay. It could just look like a variable or letter. All of these ways can be used to represent slope. But no matter which way it's used, it's still just steepness. It's still just positive or negative. It's still just the change in y over the change in x. And so for today, we're going to practice slope from a table. All right, here's our first example here. We know the letter M represents slope, and slope is the change in y over the change in x. Okay, you'll notice our y's are going to be white boxes, and our x's are going to be black boxes. All right, you'll notice that y is up and down, and you'll notice that x is left and right. So all we need to do is determine the change. How do I get from 0 to 5? Ladies and gents, if you said plus 5, congratulations, you were correct. So a positive 5. Yes, it was that easy. If I asked you, how do you find the change in x? And you told me 0 plus 1 makes 1, you would be correct. So your slope would be 5 over 1.
0 minus 1.
So with that being said, you're going to follow the same skills and do the same thing for the next table. Okay. Here, how do I get from 0 to negative 2? I would go down 2. That would be negative 2. And how do I get from 0 to 1? Once again, you would tell me plus 1. That is literally all that we're doing. Okay. And at the bottom, it says, what am I creating or finding? And your answer would be a slope table. I'm probably going to change that word to finding instead of creating. But again, your answer would be a slope table, or slope from a table, is what I should say. Ladies and gents, that's all that we are doing today. If you have any questions, be sure to email your teachers or show up to class. Have a great day, ladies and gents.